Good morning, good morning, good morning, Tampa Bay. Stay woke. We live on air right now. We have a very, very special guest in our studios today, Angelina Ryan. If you don't know her, please allow me to introduce her to the community. Our show topic today will be on homelessness, attacking the population. Very special guest in here. If you guys want to call in at any time during the program, please give us a call at 813-444-9588. Before I introduce her, I want to make sure that I read the mission statement. She runs a nonprofit organization called A1 Opportunities. A1 Opportunities is a nonprofit that specializes in attacking the homelessness population. It also has educational value with programs that they offer, but I will definitely go ahead and read the mission statement to you. The mission of A1 Opportunities, Inc. is to inspire, motivate, and educate a diverse group of individuals from all walks of life while providing guiding direction, affordable housing, and customized case management for each unique. A1 Opportunities, Inc. will provide outreach programs and supportive service for people in need, including the homelessness, low-income individuals, victims of domestic violence, victims of human trafficking, and former inmates. The program will include transitional housing and educational programs. Pending available funds, A1 Opportunity Inc. will provide a campus-like setting equipped with a learning center, will house the varieties of people in need. Experienced volunteers and staff will provide assessments to individuals based on need, attitude, and the will to change their lives. Community outreach will be in a wide variety of areas, including but not limiting to shelters, group home, jails, prison systems, human trafficking survivors, courthouses, and domestic violence victims. Saying a lot. In addition, excuse me, A1 Opportunities will provide educational programs including GED preparation, job skills training, life skills development, driver's education, music classes, and art classes. We aim to equip those in need with the tools to succeed in all aspects of life. In addition, we will offer transitional housing for people in need. We will help individuals in need to get back to their feet and become productive citizens. So, it's a mouthful. But the crux of it, guys, is this is a non-profit organization that specializes helping our community, the people who have less than. And without further ado, please let me introduce you to Angelina Ryan.
Hi, guys.
Okay, so we got Angela in the studio. We definitely want to ask her more information about the A1 opportunities because there is a homelessness going on in our community. You guys see it when you drive downtown. You see it when you're in East Tampa. You see it when you're in Brandon or Riverview. So we have homeless people all over the community. We have a nonprofit organization here that steps up to help us attack the homelessness. And before I go out any further, I also want to let you guys know that tomorrow from 1 to 4, we have the Stay Woke is throwing the homelessness, feeding the homeless tomorrow. So anybody who wants to give back, please Facebook me, please Facebook Michelle. We will definitely take all donations. If you guys want to clean out your closet, if you guys see old things around your house that you no longer need, you definitely can package them up, bring it to us, and then we'll be able to pass them out at our Feeding the Homeless drive tomorrow. But Angelina, since we have you in the studio, which she has an incredible story, I definitely will let her tell you bits and pieces of it. This is an individual who has defied all odds, who has overcame many barriers in her life to become what she is today. I'm so extremely proud of her. She's a testament for all women. We're doing the women empowerment. So, Angelina, if you want to tell us a little bit more about the A1 opportunities and what you guys specialize or how the public can reach you.
Sure. So first off, if they want to reach us, they can go to our website. It's a1opportunities.org, and you'll see a variety of ways for people to be able to contact us and to actually give back as well. So what we do a variety of different things because there's a variety of different needs that's out here and the things that contribute to homelessness. So the first thing is we just opened a women's house where we'll be housing women coming from addiction recovery, human trafficking, domestic violence victims, former inmates, anybody that's from a vulnerable population of being at risk for homelessness. And all of those different things are people that are at risk for homelessness. typically when people are coming from those situations, they don't have money, they don't have credit, and the availability of housing just isn't there for them. With the way that our market is right now in the real estate industry, because I'm also a realtor, there's a correlation there between what's going on with the amount of income people are making, and also what's actually really out there and what's affordable. So when you're coming from these situations and it's causing all of this, it's basically making it impossible for people coming from these rough situations to be able to get into housing, which is making our homeless population grow here in our community.
Let me ask you this. I'm in a bad relationship, because many people, they go through a bad relationship, and the guy or the girl, either one, kicks the other person out. It happens. I'm gonna throw you out in the street. I no longer want to be with you. Somehow I was paying all the bills, and now I've put you out. And that person is homeless. Can they reach out to A1 Opportunities and say, hey, I'm homeless. I've been victimized. I've been put out on the street. Can you help me? What does that look like?
Yes. So a couple of different things here. When you're into a situation where it's a relationship status like that, so if they're in an acute situation to where they're being physically hurt, or to the point where it's affecting them to where they could possibly be a harm to themselves or others, the first place they would need to go is another resource called like the Springs. We're equipped to take the aftermath of that, because we can't have we're not equipped to deal with the acute security issue. Does that make sense?
For sure.
That would be like police involvement, something like that. But we are more of if they're not, in a potential harm's way at that moment, so where they just need to get out and they need to go, yes, that's when they would call us. But if it was like security measures, police 911 type status, that's a different
come
story.
here.
Because there's other women at the property, and we didn't
want to affect them or disrupt them.
Right.
Let me ask you this. So we have the nonprofit organization. You guys do an incredible job of feeding the homeless. If you haven't seen her Facebook or the website, once a month in selected parts of our city and other parts of the city as well, like moving into a different county such as Polk County or St. Pete, they go out and provide showers, they provide meals, they provide clothes, they play music, they make sure that the homeless people feel like they're not a shadow to society. They make them feel like they're a part of something. And in return, they have an incredible time passing out things, new clothes. What does A1 Opportunities need to further their growth, for feeding the homeless or protecting them?
Sure. So we do this every month, and what we are currently utilizing is, people from the community, what they donate clothes, shoes, hygiene items. These are just reoccurring things that are needed on a regular basis for us to be able to do this once a month. It's all free for anybody that's in need, from showers to haircuts, clothes, shoes, food, bus passes, resources. So we have to sustain those things every month. Okay. So people from the community, then, and if they go to the website, they'll be able to see the different ways that they can donate different items, whether it be, clothes, bus passes, food, and they can, sort it out that way.
Speaking to the homeless population, tomorrow the Stay Woke Show is definitely doing the Feeding the Homeless tomorrow. What is discouraging that most people don't realize is when you are attacking the homeless population, a lot of the homeless people now, they're, with the little clothes that they have, they're going into businesses, McDonald's, the Wendy's, wherever, and taking a shower in the bathroom just so they can be clean. So please understand that when you're giving clothes, and you may have a closet, some of you ladies out there, you got a closet full of clothes that you haven't worn for 3 years and probably don't fit you because you're in shape now, and you're working hard, or the guys, cleaning out their closet, and, he's got extra socks or boxers or whatever, or pants, shorts he doesn't use anymore, or you've used them for the garden and or whatever. Those are the things that you normally typically throw away, but it typically will make a difference for the homeless population, where you can donate those things. And what did they say? Spring cleaning. Let's time to clean out all those drawers. But those make a difference because, when you speak to the homeless population, they're saying, hey, well, real question is, how do you shower? Thank you for the hygiene, but how are you going to use the hygiene? And a lot of them will tell you, unfortunately, there is no place to take a shower in our community. we have to like go into a business, go into a Publix or walk to the grocery store and to go into the back to shower. And so just know like the two most important things that you could ever give a homeless person. One is your time, because now you make them feel like they're a part and they're not a second-class citizen. They're not a shadow to our community, that
Right.
you've given them time to say you matter. And then the next thing you could give them is either the clothes or the hygiene, because that is supportive for them. It's something that keeps them afloat. So, you know, if you have an opportunity to donate, you're in a position where you can give back, you know, I definitely encourage it. A1 Opportunities does a wonderful job. Once a month, they're consistent. So 12 times a year, they're going to be out in the community with showers, haircuts, clothes, food. They're going to give and how long does those events last when you typically throw your...
So we do it for about 4 hours at a time. That gives people time to commute and come through, because when people are homeless, they don't have the transportation like you and I per se would. So they have to take time to sometimes migrate down there. And here's the thing: we're not rushing anybody. We turn it into a block party. We got a DJ out there, and it's you know, they have their pride, they have their dignity, and people from both sides of the fence are all mingled together having a great time.
I'm trying to figure out, guys, why I didn't get a shirt today at the studio. So I'll keep that later. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't get an A1 Opportunity shirt. You know, I put the flyer out to come. I mean, I thought I would have got one, but you know,
I'm gonna bring
maybe
you one.
I'm trying to stay woke. You know, so
I'm
but
gonna bring one.
you know, I want to know, when you're throwing these, you know, I don't want to say events, but when you're giving back to the community, how often do you see city officials, politicians? I mean, I know law enforcement is usually around because they want to keep everything, making sure it doesn't get out of hand, because when you have a large group of people, no matter what the population is or diversity is, you know, they want to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
But how often do you see city officials, public officials down there to see it firsthand?
No, not unless they're running us out. I'm just being honest here.
So, I mean, there you have it. I mean, a real question. We have people that sit on city council. We have people that, you know, run for political office. We have people that say they are part of our community, but only show up when it's time for voting. Only show up when they have an
When it's
agenda
time to go
push.
to work. When it's
But,
time for them to get
you know, and this is a call to action, not to call anybody out, but we have funding that is given to our city to attack a variety of things. Grants are given, federal money is given, and if we want to make Tampa Bay the best city ever, we need to focus on attacking our homeless population, because when that population is taken care of, everybody wins. We don't want to drive down the street and see the man sleeping on the sidewalk, or driving around and you see the people sleeping next to the building. It's discouraging. We don't know how they've gotten there, but we know that we are in a position to help. You've seen the rise of our community. Everything has went up. I mean, I think somebody told me eggs is $12 almost. I mean, so everything is going up. But, you know, we have an opportunity to give back. We really appreciate what A1 Opportunities does. Is there any other organizations that partner with you, or so can you tell us some of the partnerships that A1 Opportunities has?
Sure. So Sober Life, it's Clinton James. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's also a big part of Salvation Army.
Okay, not Clinton. I know Rick James.
No, wrong guy.
Okay, wrong guy. Okay.
Clinton James, he's a really good one. And he does a lot for, in his department, it's a lot of addicts in recovery. But, you know, that's still something that is a huge homeless, you know, situation. Because a lot of times people are in that cycle, and then once they get out of it, they're still homeless. And a lot of times it puts them right back into that cycle because they have nowhere to go or no options. So he's a big one that we deal with as well. Salt Ministries, they're out of Orlando. Those are who the actual shower trailers belong to.
Wow.
So
shout out to Salt Ministries.
Yeah, Salt Ministries, yeah. And and when we do these events, we reach out to different organizations, and it's whatever anybody wants to volunteer. Hope Ministries, it's whatever anybody can bring. All the barbers, like they just, you know, when we started this, it was just me and a couple of friends that went under the bridges and was, you know, making bagged lunches of hot dogs. This is how it started. And
shout out to Jay Cash. We see you out there with the barbering.
Jay Cash, Joshua Vega with Give Back Cuts, Anthony with Suave Haircuts. And he was, you know, out of foster care and stuff like that. So aged out of foster care is a big idea, a big thing too.
We would definitely We definitely will hear more. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We got to pay the bills around here.
Yes, sir.
So please stay tuned. We have Angelina, Ryan on with A1 Opportunities. We definitely will get back to this interview in a minute. Please stay tuned. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Angela Birdsong, and during the week, they call me the Medicare lady. I help people successfully transition onto Medicare, sometimes Medicaid. I also help people with life insurance, long-term care insurance, and annuities. Please do not try to navigate Medicare without me. It's complicated. 813-476-4837.
Jazz at Miss Connie's House is brought to you by Ray Williams Funeral Home, providing the highest quality, professional, and caring service for your family. Call Jeffrey Rhodes at 813-253-3419. That's 813-253-3419. Or visit him at 301 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Ray Williams Funeral Home for the finest care and quality service.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661.
Tampa Bay. We're back after paying the bills. Quick commercial break. If you want to call in, please give us a call, 813-444-9588. I want to let you guys know I've been getting a couple texts. Dr. Michelle Williams, unfortunately, could not make it today. It is her grandmother's birthday, 99 years old. So, she's out there taking care of grandma. We want to wish her well. Hopefully she gets me a plate, because, anytime they got that type of gathering going on, there's some meals being passed around. I'm trying to get my weight up a little bit. So, unfortunately, she couldn't be with us today, so I'm holding this down. We have Angelina Ryan on the show. We're talking about the homeless population. And before we got to break, she was telling us some of the things that, they do as far as the haircuts and the showers. But one of the things that I want to mention and that we are definitely aware of is the homeless population is being arrested every 2 weeks. There's a report out that these people who have no place to go, who are seeking shelter when it's raining or some type of inclement weather, and then law enforcement comes by and picks them up and takes them to jail. Is that true? Can we get some?
Yeah. So where we started, so the city of Tampa, especially over there by the bus station, the Marion bus station, we go there because that is a huge area for homelessness because of the fact that they have bathrooms at that bus station. So that's where they go to take their baths and showers and have to go brush their teeth. That's really the only place in that area to do it. So there is a large homeless population there, and that's where they also are able to commute in and out because it's the bus station. So right there, we were ran out by the city last time. I mean, they were nice about it, but still, and I understand.
Now, hold on. When you say ran out, explain to the community, what does that mean?
Okay, so when we were out there doing our events, the city approached us and they basically said, "Hey, have we ever talked to you about this before?" And we said no. She goes, "We've only given one other organization authority to basically give out food here, and that's like a once a week type thing. But we all know that's not enough. It's not enough. So we're not allowed to be there anymore. They want to take that area, and they said they're going to be doing sweeps every 2 weeks and getting rid of the homeless population."
So when you say a sweep, we're technically saying a sweep is law enforcement coming in and arresting these people.
Yes.
What are they being charged with other than just being out?
Trespassing is the only thing that they can be charged for.
So you're saying we're wasting our taxpayers' dollars by arresting homeless people, putting them in jail for a misdemeanor such as trespassing, punishable up to 30 days, and then releasing them back into society to do the same thing?
In the same situation. And then they even have a fresher criminal record to where it's even more difficult to get into a place if they did come across something.
Wow. So people are being arrested because they have no place to go.
Yeah.
They're being placed in incarceration.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go through the judicial system.
Yeah.
The maximum penalty for trespassing, guys, is it's a third-degree
30 days,
misdemeanor. It's punished by up to 30 days. I know some homeless people, I got to keep it all the way real. I know some people will accept the refuge because they understand that living in jail and under those conditions where they can get 3 meals a day, they can get a fresh shower, they can watch some TV, they can sleep in the AC, is a lot better than sleeping in society. So,
Yeah.
it's like you pick your poison there. Do I continue to be free and I can roam around? Or do I get picked up on a sweep and then just keep going through a reoccurring cycle?
Well, it's unfortunate for anybody to have to start accepting those terms on how to live, because that's when it starts changing that mind frame, and that's what continues the poverty cycle. So if you have no other choice but to accept those things, where do you think that's going to lead somebody holistically as a person?
Okay, there's another question here. You've seen the tiny homes.
Yeah.
You seen the mayor has heard the call of action, has released the tiny homes. What is your take on the tiny homes? Is it enough?
It's not going to be enough, but here's the thing. It's a start and it's something. Well, the tent place has been there, or I'm sorry, the, what is it called? It's Hope something. I forgot what it's called. Tent City, it's something. It's better than nothing. And it is like a sober living type place too. So that, they keep
It's regulated.
Right. It's regulated. So it's something better than nothing. However, there is still a lot more things that can be done if they're able to expand their mind to be able to do that. So there are, distressed properties out there. There are properties that go up for tax certificate sales that people can bid on. There are multiple ways to help. I guess I would say they need to be giving these properties to nonprofits. And those nonprofits need to be taking on the problem, especially the ones that's their mission to do.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, you're proposing a solution, and the solution would be there are properties within the county that the city has ownership of, and the city could disperse that property to nonprofit organizations, where the nonprofit organizations could either put housing on there or make it a controlled environment for our homeless population to go to.
Absolutely.
City officials, what's going on?
Absolutely.
You don't have to ask the question. If you have a problem, you have the solution, why not investigate that solution? Why not attack the homelessness problem? We are a city that wins championships. We're not winning the championships in the street when we see people sleeping. We're not winning the championship when we got children that are sleeping under a bridge or under a passing because they have no shelter.
Yeah.
We're not winning there. This is a humanitarian call where we all could step up to contribute to our homelessness population. It's heart-wrenching to see children barefooted, no clothes, hungry, sleeping on the side of the road, or it's not their fault on how they got here, but the problem is they're here.
Yeah.
What can we do? Because if I see a child that's walking with her parent, one's got shoes on, one doesn't, trash bag in their hand, I have to wonder about not only the physical, but I worry about the emotional state when we have children. A child's exposed to poverty and homelessness as a child. What is the mental state going to be for that child growing
Bingo.
up? That they're less than, they're not accepted, that they can be abused. It's okay. And that's not what we want for our children.
Right. And poverty, it'll breed more poverty. We're not doing anything for our future by allowing this to happen.
For the people who don't know you, who don't know your incredible story, your journey to becoming a real estate agent, a nonprofit organization owner, tell us your journey on how you got here.
Well, okay.
Because I know the backstory, and the backstory hasn't always been so cute. It hasn't always
pretty.
been so. There are some difficult roads that lead us to incredible things. Sometimes the most difficult roads in life can lead you to the most beautiful discoveries, and it's something that I've had to experience. It's something that Michelle, my co-host, has got an opportunity to experience, but so is Miss Ryan. You know, we've been saying this a lot on our show, Women Empowerment. You know, we put Lynn Hertek on here, City Council. We put the judge on here, Her Road Preservation, her book that she put out. We put Danielle Hernandez, the immigration lawyer and president of the Latin community for Tampa Bay of Commerce. And now we put another woman empowerment on our show, Angelina Ryan, a nonprofit organization who targets homelessness. But her story, her backstory, has not always been so great. You know, why don't you tell the people what it took for you to get here today?
Okay. Well, I'm very passionate about this cause because everything that we stand for, everything you read in that mission statement, from domestic violence, human trafficking, addicts in recovery, felons, low income, I come from all of those situations. I was, victim of domestic violence for a long time, something I just stayed in the cycle of. And then when you make that choice to leave, you make the choice to either you stay with your abuser or you face homelessness.
Let me say this while we're on this segment. Domestic violence is completely wrong.
Yeah.
You know, no man or no partner in a relationship, because, you know, we have people that are in the same sex relationships. You know, if either one of those get in a fight, it's still considered domestic violence when they take you to jail. So, you know, I want to advocate right now that, you know, we really need to put an end to domestic violence. You know, if you feel like you have to put your hands on somebody, or you feel that angered, you need to think about, one, the consequences of your actions, because you're going to go to jail. And the second thing is you're going to turn into a monster where nobody wants to be with you. It's not right to put our hands on people. And if you're in a bad situation where you argue a lot and it escalates to a shoving match, it's only a matter of time before it becomes very physical.
Yeah.
So I would encourage all the women out there and everybody who's in a same-sex relationship that if you go through something like that, please end it before it becomes catastrophic or before somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, and if you're in that situation, you can contact us and we can give you resources to help exit that relationship or exit that situation. A lot of times it's not immediate. A lot of times girls go back because it just becomes their way of life. As for me personally, I wasn't the type that was going to call the police or something like that because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. But the more it went on, the worse it got. You know, when you're dealing with that type of situation, and not to tell you, he started getting into bad things too, which, you know, by my own choices and things I accepted, and then I fell into those types of, into that system as well. You know, when you're dealing with somebody that's involved in the drug life, dealing in drugs, using drugs, you become what you're around. And it was just a matter of time. It was a matter of time over the 12, 15 years that I was with my ex-husband. It was a matter of time before I ended up being hooked on heroin. I was shooting heroin in the streets. I was homeless. I had no shoes on my feet. I also got into meth. When you're in that lifestyle, things happen to you, and it might not be always by your choice. When you're in that lifestyle of homelessness, drug addiction, and you're broken, there's things that happen that are out of your control. But at the same time, it's your control whether or not you want to stop that cycle. So, go ahead.
No, I just want to say, you know, she said a mouthful right there. You know, drug addiction, you know, reoccurring cycle. You know, the first thing I want to say is there are better people out there. You know, you don't have to take that from the person that if the person you with does not bring you happiness and joy, doesn't encourage you, motivate you, inspire you, please, I would encourage you to take a real hard look at that relationship, because do you want that to be for the rest of your life? I'm going to end it here so we can go into another commercial break. Please stay tuned. We'll end our segment last with interviewing Miss Ryan. Stay woke. The phone number, once again, is 813-444-9588.
You've been injured, you deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is attorney Clinton Paris from the Law Office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 413-7924 or at parislawoffice.com. At the Law Office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecues? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer? I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we hunted down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking kids state of Florida. Grab a pen of sundown 184-361-RICK. That's 184-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, push your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
Welcome back, Tampa Bay. If you want to call in, once again, the phone number is 813-444-9588. I have Miss Ryan on the show today, owner of the nonprofit organization A1 Opportunities. She was telling us before break her incredible story to where she is now, speaking about hardship, drug addictions, being arrested, being in an abusive relationship. But we definitely want to give her the platform and the opportunity to finish telling the community, how did she overcome those odds?
When you go through certain things, there's a point where everyone gets broken. There's a point where you're like, I just can't take it anymore. Not to the, people say that a lot. Like, I just can't take this anymore. But when you know you're broken and you have no other option but to hit your knees, you're the only one that's there right now. When you get to that point and you have nobody else to call or turn to but your higher power, you're done. So the thing that got me the most was when I was out there and I was doing the things that I was doing. You're walking, I'm homeless, no shoes. I got picked up by somebody that offered me a ride and ended up turning into a trafficking situation. I don't know what they gave me, don't know what it was. I just know I woke up. I'm assuming it was 3 days later. My knees were down in my pants. The door was open to this crappy, ran down house that was in the middle of a field. And I remember thinking, gosh, I wonder what just happened to me. And I would block it out. And there was something that triggered me in my mind that was just, God, obviously the choices I'm making and the place I'm at right now is not where you want me to be. And this is not for me. And I made the choice to call my sister. And I called my sister and I was like, I need help. This is out of my control. I obviously can't make my own decisions without going down the wrong path. I was still in a psychosis of that drug state too, but I knew that this was not for me.
There's, that pain that, that we hear. There are people in our society who have family members that are going down that same path right now, who need your help. If you know of a family member who is going off the rails or can't make proper decisions for themselves because they're addicted to drugs, or they have the mental capability or the mental mindset of they're not good enough or that they're not worthy enough, maybe some of the same things that you had went through. We need to be able to help them. But one of the things that I want to point out too is you say you felt broken.
I was broken.
You felt that you couldn't go no further in the direction that you were going. You was at a crossroad. Yeah. And at that crossroad, we're just so grateful that, God was able to touch your life. He was able to bring you out of that. I can, not to go off topic because, I try to always stay on topic, but there was a part when I was incarcerated and my family had paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for my freedom, and I lost trial. And when I went to prison, I was broken too. For the first couple of years, it was just like, my heart was broken. I couldn't take no more. I didn't know law, and there was just one day that I was sitting in my cell and I just told the Lord, I just can't take it no more. I rather die than have to live this way for something I didn't do. And he made a way for me. He gave me the ability to read, research, and learn the law. I never went to school to be a lawyer. I never sat at Stetson, or I never went to a college for 4 years to learn the law. But being self-taught, is what opened the door for my freedom. And for all you guys to know my story, I was able to learn the law and overturn my sentence and then walk free.
Wow.
And so I know what it feels like to be broken. I know what it feels like to be at the end of the rope and just say, I'd rather you take my life than make me go down this path again. And we're just so grateful that, God was able to intervene. A lot of times, I heard a good sermon about sometimes you go down paths to prepare you for who you need to be. And a lot of times when we're praying, we're asking for things. We're saying, I want it right now. I want it right now. And then we get so frustrated when the things that we earnestly want with our heart does not come into fruition. And it's saying that the story or the meat and potatoes of it is he couldn't give it to you right then because you wasn't ready.
Right.
If he would have gave you a nonprofit organization, if he would have gave you leadership over our community, if he would have gave you a real estate license, then you probably would have just, wasted it away.
Right.
So always, and nobody, no matter who you are going through a situation, always know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's people in this world that want to do good. There's people in this world that will help you, but you got to want to help yourself. You got to come to the mindset that says, I can't take anymore. This is it for me.
Yeah.
And once you surrender, he will start opening up doors for you. And I'm just so grateful that for all the things, the abuse, the drug addiction, the, trafficking, the things that you've had to endure has been painful for you. Let's not, you got to be very resilient and a strong individual to overcome all that. And now, guys, I get an opportunity to interview a business owner of a nonprofit organization, a real estate agent. We in Tampa Bay. You sell 1 or 2 houses in Tampa Bay, you might be straight for the whole. You might be straight for the whole summer. So we're so grateful to see where you can. But I make that statement because there's
purpose in your pain.
There's purpose in your pain, but there's a lot of young women that need direction. That I hate to say it, but you see them on the reels. Girls are so thirsty. I want to say for attention that they don't have good women to follow in their lives. And to say that we have a person like yourself who has been through everything and now has your life in order, you make a difference in our community, you give back to the homeless, you sell houses, and you're probably the second busiest woman that I know running around Tampa. So we're just so grateful, which leads me to my next question. Where are you taking A1 Opportunities?
Oh, well, God gave me a vision, and I know it sounds crazy to some people, but he gave me a vision. It was February 16, 2020. I prayed for purpose. And I said, God, just, be the door to my lips, guide me, bring the right people into my life, open the doors that need to open, close the doors that need to be closed, and help me to help others and use me as a vessel. I prayed this. It was 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year. And our pastor was talking about this too at a sermon about purpose and pivoting your life and stuff like that. And what he showed me is it looked like a college campus. There are dorms. So this is housing for people. And while they're in this housing, there's this education center. It's just like a school. So when people come in, it's not just, hey, here's a place to live that's affordable, or here's a place to live for free. It's a place to live, but what do you need to be able to be a productive citizen and to actually make it and to be successful? Do you need a GED? Okay, you need a GED. Okay, you need a driver's license. You need a driver's license. You need parenting classes. You need domestic violence classes. And it's a case-by-case basis of what people need. Every story is unique. Every situation is unique. Not everybody that needs shelter is an alcoholic. Not every person that needs shelter is an addict. Not every person that needs a house is a domestic violence victim. It's all a case-by-case basis. So we want to provide education and housing for people, and not just to be like, here's a roof over your head, but what do you really need to make you really successful in this life?
I just thought, you're going to be a principal next. Get in class. But that's awesome. So your future goal would be for A1 Opportunities to have a school-like setting where you could not only provide housing and food, cafeteria style for the people, but make it almost like a college atmosphere where they could get something to further their growth,
Right.
and then transition out of the
Transition
school.
out, and then, you know, the real estate side of my life, apartments for them once they transition out.
Okay, you know, affordable living, and I can't say this enough. I say it on a lot of my social media outlets, and you know, in a lot of conversations that I have with political people, is we got to fix the affordable housing.
Yes.
I mean, 10 years ago, housing, you could get an apartment $500-$600 and have a 1-bedroom. Now you're looking at $1,200. You know, you're looking at double for a 1-bedroom. And we're not even talking about the mortgages. Shout out to all the real estate agents who are selling houses, but you know, the market is going up, but not the pay. So it's not
Absolutely.
you're raising houses in our community for living. Simple houses that would normally cost $200,000 is now a $500,000 house, and that mortgage payment is double, and it's just a matter of time before somebody defaults on the loan and they become homelessness
Right.
because they can't afford it.
Yes. So I put this. I put a statistic out there, and as it stands right now, a minimum wage worker in Florida would have to work 112 hours a week to afford just a regular, simple 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit in Central Florida. That's not even possible. 112 hours a week at a minimum wage job.
Damn.
So here was the next concern, and I don't want to jump too far off topic, but think about our seniors at this point. Our seniors that are on fixed incomes, their incomes aren't going up as our housing prices are going up. So what's going to happen to that population next? And there's nothing like the city or the county's going to be able to do about affordable housing. Tampa's overpopulated. It's going to become overpopulated. People move here all the time. This is a famous place to be. Democratic states move down here for whatever issues, for whatever reasons people move here, vacation, tourism, whatever, snowbirds. So as it's like, you know, what's it called? Demand and supply and demand. Supply is short, demand goes up, and people that have the money will come down here and buy up these houses cash, and it's just driving the inflation up. So there's nothing the city or the county is going to be able to do about that. But at the same time, there's something that we can do, make it communal living. And like I was telling you about these distressed properties and other properties, they can do something with these properties to where somebody like us or somebody like Metropolitan Ministries or Abe Brown Ministries can provide housing and shelter for people like this.
I think what we're hearing for a call of action is city officials. We need to get her a property. we need to city officials. I know you're listening. We definitely have the ability. It's in the contract. It's in the law with the city that they can fund a nonprofit organization with a house or a property for a nonprofit for them to do good in our community. And I think we need to connect with her and make sure that we get her some type of property so we can build this school. But we're going to take a quick break. This is our last break of the segment. I want to give you the phone number, 813-444-9588. Stay tuned. We're going to finish this last segment with Miss Ryan at A1 Opportunities. Thank you.
You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Hi, I'm Angela Birdsong, and during the week, they call me the Medicare lady. I help people successfully transition onto Medicare, sometimes Medicaid. I also help people with life insurance, long-term care insurance, and annuities. Please do not try to navigate Medicare without me. It's complicated. 813-476-4837.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661.
By now, we're all aware of the dangers of COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here-for-you.
Welcome back, Tampa Bay. Welcome back to Stay Woke. I'm your host, Walter Dunn. We have Miss Ryan here on live on air with us from A1 Opportunities. I just want to let the community know tomorrow, Sunday, April 30th, the address is 2924 North 50th Street, Tampa, Florida, 33619. Help Feed the Homeless. That's our initiative for Stay Woke. We will be out there tomorrow feeding the homeless on 50th Street at the Shell gas station next to the overpass. If you need the information, you can go to my Facebook. You can go to Dr. Michelle Williams' Facebook. You will definitely see it. The address, the flyer. All donations are welcome. You know, if there's something that you want to do, clean out your closet or bring some food, some canned goods, anything that you're able to donate, hygiene, soap, anything that you're willing to give away, all is welcome. Tomorrow from 1 to about 4 p.m., we're going to be passing out things, food, and trying to make a difference in East Tampa. You know, East Tampa is always the last to get something, you know, whether it's, you know, housing or help or so tomorrow, Michelle and I are definitely going to, you know, God willing, we'll be out there tomorrow passing out food and making a difference in our community. So if you have something and you want to donate, we encourage you to do so. Miss Ryan, we've had a wonderful opportunity to have you on our show. You know, you run a nonprofit organization that helps our homelessness population. I didn't get a shirt today, guys. I want to continue to stress that. Maybe I get one soon.
bring one.
You know, that I can help come out and, you know, maybe speak or, you know, just be involved. You know, anytime that we're able to give back, it's a great thing. Everybody has the humanitarian spirit in them. So the segment is yours. What else is the future for Miss Ryan?
Well, I did want to also put this out there. So, for people that are doing community service hours, that need volunteer hours, whether it's for school, whether it's for the courts, whatever the case may be, if it's in your probation terms, they can also reach out to us. We are approved with Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the misdemeanor court, felony, and that's for Hillsborough and Polk County.
Okay, so if anybody needs to do some community service hours, you got a little run-in with the law and you had some bad lawyering and he got you some probation instead of getting you out.
Or for school.
Mm-hmm. You know, you definitely can reach out to A1 Opportunities. You can go to the website. You want to tell them the website?
Yeah, so it's a1opportunities.org. Yeah, it's very simple. a1opportunities.org. My email address is angelina@a1opportunities.org.
Okay, so if you're, you know, a high school or college student, you need to get some hours, or you're, you know, entangled in the justice system and you need some community service hours, you could definitely reach out to them. Their nonprofit organization will allow you to help out, work, and then they'll sign off on the hours so that way you will be in great standing.
Yeah.
The people want to know.
It's greatly appreciated because we are all volunteer based. We don't have anybody on a payroll. We are straight volunteers. So that's how we utilize our manpower to be able to do what we do in the community.
I think, how can we get more people, more professional people involved? How can we do that?
Just have them reach out. They just need to reach out. Well, here's the thing. I understand, like, a lot of professional people, they have busy lifestyles, they have jobs, but when they actually come out and they get involved, it's usually the outreach events that they actually get more involved with, because that's more of a fun, like, time when everybody's getting together. We're, you know, we got smokers out there, food trucks out there, and everybody's having a great time, and it's like a big old party. If they can at least start coming to those and they can feel the vibe and they get into it, they're going to like it.
Okay.
They're going to like it. Now, as far as, you know, having them help sort out clothes and shoes like that, they might not want to serve in that direction. But when doing it first time at the outreach events is probably what's going to be more attractive to them at first, and just getting involved.
Okay. Do you guys when is the next event that A1 is having?
May 13th. We're going to do it May 13th, but this time it's going to be in Polk County.
Okay.
It's going to be in Polk County, and we've got, Barbara's coming out. We've got Tampa House Heads coming out. It's the DJs. I think we're going to take some cornhole games out there, too, just to have fun.
Showers.
Fruit cup. There's a fruit cup business that she's going to be out there doing fruit cups for people. I can't even list it off the top of my head. So
the next event is going to be in Polk County.
Polk County, yep.
Okay. Now, is your events primarily in Hillsborough County?
Yes.
Or
This is the first time we've done it in Polk.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first time we've gone to Polk.
Okay, we need to keep her in Hillsborough County. We
Yes.
need her to help this population.
City
out.
has to keep. Don't run us
Okay.
out.
But she don't mind taking the band on the road. So that's just great. To be able to expand and go in different places. I'm all for seeing different parts of our community. Even
Yeah.
Polk is still part of the Tampa Bay
Yeah.
community, where attacking the homelessness population anywhere is always a plus.
Yeah.
Just to give people hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's probably times that you pass out a bag of food to someone who's been hungry for 2 or 3 days.
Oh yeah, we have I call it like adopting families. It's not really that we're adopting them, but there are families that we see on a regular basis. We go to their campsites or wherever it is that they're hiding out or getting shelter, and we take them out. Food, hygiene items, toilet paper, wipes. Waters, just to sustain them until the next time that they see us again. Because when they're living that remotely, we charge their phones for them while we're out there. They're living remotely. They don't have access to things. But in order to have a shelter over your head, you have to stay out of sight. So because you're not allowed to have any kind of right, no head covering, not a tarp, not a nothing. So we see these families on a regular basis, and I don't suggest anybody going out to do that, by themselves, especially if they're new to this type of thing, because you go out into some rougher areas. We take a small team at a time. But we build relationships with these people. We pick them up if they want to come to church.
Praise the Lord.
We pick them up if they want to go to church. They join us, But I don't suggest anybody do it, by themselves. They need to go with a team or reach out to us, and we'll help facilitate a team for you.
Has there ever? Just a curious question. Has there ever been like something bad happen?
No. No. People, when they know we're coming, we are embraced with arms wide open.
Because some people say, "Hey, I might want to donate or be a part of this," but you know what? I'm going into a bad area. I feel unsafe. Something may happen to me.
Yeah.
And that's never happened.
Never happened. We go out in the trenches.
Oh,
We're in the trenches.
In the trenches.
Yep. They start to have a level of trust with us. We're recognizable. They see our shirts. They know we're coming, and they know when we come, it's all nothing but good. It's all good.
Well, maybe we can continue to work with law enforcement, find better areas that they will allow us to participate in our community without the stress of trying to arrest people,
right? Or
trying to stop it,
Right. Well, those orders trickle down to law enforcement. Oh. That's not law enforcement like, let's go arrest them. Those orders trickle down from a little bit higher up. Oh, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Wow. So it's definitely something that it's going to take the whole circle.
Maybe we can
attack.
Maybe we can get to where we could sit down with some of these officials sending orders and say, hey, if you come out here and you're making sweeps where you're arresting homeless people and then putting them in incarceration, you're going to release them right back.
Right.
And they're going to do the same cycle. Is it really worth wasting the taxpayers' money?
Right. And here's the thing. I will say this, and I have to appreciate this from a business owner standpoint. When you have several homeless people congregating in an area and there's no place for them to have facilities to use a bathroom, or there's stuff, there's no place to really leave trash because it's not really set up for anything like that. That can be an issue, which I do understand that. So where can they go, or what can we do? So that's something that needs to be addressed. If other organizations are out and about doing things like this, make sure they're cleaning up after themselves. Make sure they're cleaning up after themselves. Make sure they leave in that place better than what it looked like before they got there.
Maybe we could reach out to a couple porta potties people.
Yeah.
I kind of know one porta potty owner.
Well, no, we have them. The shower trailers have them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what if we could just leave one in an area?
Oh, yeah.
They come by the dozen, so they drop them off at,
yeah,
work sites. But what if we could say, we got a homeless population here. could we just leave one and maybe once a
That's
month
a
go get
great
it?
idea. Yeah, that's a great
So
idea.
somebody, a woman, a child, they can use the bathroom in private where they don't have to be in a bush. They don't have to be on the side of the
Right.
road. They don't have to expose themselves.
Right.
They could go in there and maybe once a month they could go, or every 3 weeks they could go pick the porta potty up and drop a new one down.
Yeah.
That would really cost them nothing to put one in an area.
That would be a great idea. We
So-
did portable sinks before, but the portable bathrooms is a great idea. We would just have to see who would be willing to let us do that on their property.
Okay, well that's something that maybe that we can look forward to and maybe put some people together, make some phone calls, reach out, send some emails, and see if we could at least put them out a couple places in our community there where we know there's an overflow
Yeah.
of homeless people. But we are winding down. We thank you for you guys tuning into this segment. We have Angelina Ryan, owner of A1 Opportunities, who specializes in a nonprofit organization targeting the homeless population here in our Tampa Bay community. If you guys want to reach her, you can go to the website, a1opportunities.org. You can find her, Angelina Ryan, on Facebook. You can find her on all her social media outlets. You could probably Google search it. It'll definitely come up for you if, spelling is an issue. But
Just like Angelina Jolie, just Angelina Ryan.
for sure. So we want to take this time to say thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for
Thank
giving
you.
the information out on how we can target the homelessness process. I know tomorrow Stay Woke show once again is throwing a feeding the homeless here in East Tampa. If anybody is out there available,
I might pop in there.
who wants to clean out a closet, bring some food, hygiene, really want to see it firsthand on what it's like to feed the homeless, we encourage you to come out to our event. We encourage you to link up with A1 Opportunities. And it's just about helping somebody. If you're in a position to help, we would ask you to do so.
No matter how big or how small you think it is.
Right. Is there any last, any acknowledgments you want? Anybody you want to say hello to? Any of your fans and your friends?
I want to say thank you to the Tomiak Foundation. The Tomiak Foundation is a foundation out of New York. Basically I've been doing all of this with my own money. Very few little things here and there over the last couple of years. Up until just recently, in the Tomiak Foundation, they stepped out and donated $10,000 for us to be able to continue our mission.
Cut the check. Please help us.
Yeah, Tomiak Foundation. And thank you for having me.
Okay.
I felt like it was a great opportunity.
No problem. Anytime that we can get a positive message out, a person who has defied all the odds and has overcame personal struggles to go out and be a superstar, we definitely want to make sure that we put them on the show.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to say that's our time. We want to thank you for tuning in
I
to
forgot
Stay
one
Woke.
person.
Okay, go ahead.
Or actually a congregation, Tampa Life Church. I have to put it out there. Tampa Life Church. The people there have been stepping up by the masses.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, that's
Yes.
it. Thank you for tuning in to Stay Woke. I'm your host, Walter Dunn. Want to let you guys know next week I will be at the May Fest downtown at Harvey Park. Curtis Hickson Park downtown on Saturday and Sunday for Meet the Author. So you can come out, you can buy a book, take photos with me, and celebrate. Thank you for your time.